What is going on, people? Some announcements to make before we get going. For all of y'all who have been waiting for Disruptive Mail to come back, it's come back with a vengeance. I got a video that's going to drop at 10 p.m. tonight, and I've started the OnlyFans page. You can see it on my community page. You can see it on the community page of Disruptive Mail. We gonna have some fun up in there because I like it. I really like the fact that I can say what I want to say and don't have to worry about the thumbnail being removed or the channel being demonetized. I don't have to worry about that at all. So the link's on the community page. And the first story is how I made this guy's wife my submissive. It's a good story. There's going to be some good stories coming because I can't talk about this stuff on YouTube. I cannot talk about it on YouTube, but I can talk about it on OnlyFans. I like it. Last night, we had a great webinar. There was a lot of great participation. There was a lot of questions. And I put together the YouTube Wealth Pack. It includes the YouTube course, the information on how you can lease your house and other things you can do with YouTube. And it includes the YouTube course. It includes the credit management course and some other stuff. I put together a nice bundle. You can get that at bschoolforhustlers.com. We cooking with gas. We cooking with gas, man. We cooking with gas. I'm very, very zooted. Also, here is something else you should know. There's a lot of training that's about to go down in the corporate toolbox. Holiday pricing is in effect. And I had a great consult today with someone who bought the one and done. Essentially, this is how the one and done coaching works, because what I have found out is it takes people a week or two or sometimes 3 weeks to implement the things from the call. So essentially the first month, I'm going to try to talk to you 2 to 3 times, depending on how fast you move. But we will be talking once a month for an hour to guide you with your business. Cause this guy, he's got some good ideas. We're going to set him up. We're going to get this thing cooking with some gas. So if you go ahead and enjoy holiday pricing, you can one and done, you get a year of business coaching. You get a year of business coaching. And this is going to go up in January. So you want to get in now on the holiday pricing. All right, so let's go in with it. All right. I was on the YouTubes and oh, haters are going to hate. Haters going to hate. Let's just go ahead and say the great collapse is not going to happen. We're going to have a great reset, but we're not going to have a great collapse. It's just not going to happen. So for those of you who are waiting for the world to literally be set upon fire so you can get all these good juicy deals, thank you, Dante J. It was a good webinar. We're going to have economic carnage. We're going to have some people rolling. So we're going to have high layoffs. We're going to have high evictions. We're going to have high foreclosures. These things are going to happen within the next 2 to 3 years. They're going to happen. But even if unemployment gets to 20%, 80% of the people are still going to have their jobs. 80% of the people are still going to have their jobs. This thing is going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. So one of the things that you should do is start a business. Hey, Dante. Hey. Once again, that's conspiracy talk. So y'all are going in here. Chinese girlfriend, what's up? All right, let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. I'm just going through the comments real quick. What is going on? Remember back in March how the economy was going to collapse. The economy is not going to collapse. The economy is going to have some issues. We're going to have segments. We're going to have some bad stuff happens, but the economy isn't going to collapse. Let's go back to the Great Depression. And that was the worst economic period in U.S. history, and the economy did not collapse. During the Great Depression, people got rich. And one of my favorite stories, everyone is familiar with Pulp Fiction. And there are these little novels they used to sell for a nickel. The writers of these Pulp Fiction books became millionaires. So everybody was buying them. Wells Fargo became one of the nation's largest banks during the Great Depression, buying up defunct thrifts. Wells Fargo. So just hit me up on the phone call on that. Hey, produce. But during the Great Depression, a lot of industries were started. A lot of people became rich. Prison cut up. But right now, there's a bunch of people. Disruptive Mail is about to be lit. It's about to be lit. I'm having fun. Thank you. 23-year-old millionaire. It's going to be rough because essentially there are many people right now who are kind of just sitting on the sidelines. And I want you guys to listen to me. This is the time to take action. If you want to get in real estate, what's up? Get in real estate now. Right now, I am looking at making my first acquisition first month of January. Even if unemployment gets to 20%, it is not. We're going to have a great reset, but we're not going to have. We're still counting votes in Georgia. We're not going to have an economic collapse, and I'm going to tell you why. The U.S. economy is just too big. It's too big. Like right now, my assistant, she has to come through the Marietta corridor. And for anyone that knows anything about Georgia, 75 north and south going through Marietta, Kennesaw, up to Ackworth. It is always a mess. There's a ton of people who live up there, and the traffic is insane. It's insane. Yes, for everyone that's in the corporate toolbox, the webinar is in the YouTube course section. It's in the YouTube thing because I should have. If I did not upload, I've uploaded it. If I didn't make that part of the corporate toolbox, I will go back tonight and make sure that I've added that. But that's where it is. It's going to be part of the YouTube section. The sugar baby dollar will have more power than the yen. The sugar baby dollar. That's funny. That is funny. Awesome. The economy is too tied up with other economies. If the U.S. economy falls, other countries will suffer like we are. That's going to keep it up. Yeah, because essentially the dollar is not going to be replaced by Bitcoin. I heard that, the dollar is going to be replaced by Bitcoin next year. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Thank you, James Smith. The U.S. economy is so big. Now, one thing that we're starting to head toward the danger zone, the national debt is $24 trillion, and it's going to grow in 2021, which is problematic because the national GDP is only 22 trillion. So that's going to be a danger zone, and that's something that we all need to keep our eye on, because this is what happened to Japan. Japan's gross domestic product was like 4 trillion, and their national debt was 8 or 9 trillion. So we're not completely in the red zone, but talking about counting those votes, right? If you killing me, Stephen Jameson. You killing me, man. If we're far away from, we're only 2 trillion above our national GDP. However, if the Democrats, counting the votes in Georgia, manage to pull off the trifecta, they have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the presidency, they can do what they want for the next 4 years. And it's going to be buck wild. Jeff Rugella, yes, what you have to do is just send me an email and we'll make the adjustments. Essentially, here's my career advice. Do something that you want to do. Do something that you love. Do something that holds your interest. Do that. So if the Democrats can do that, you can expect the national debt to go up by 4 to 6 trillion next year. Because let me tell you what they're going to do. You will see the mother of all stimulus packages. And I will start doing stimulus package videos. I will do them on Savage Finance, and I will do them here. If the Democrats can pull out Georgia and get control of the Senate, because they will do what they want to do. But if they don't, we will continue to see what we're currently seeing in politics, gridlock. But let's get on to the Great Collapse, because there are many channels that are talking about the Great Collapse. I'm here to tell you, you can go to my community page, because there's a lot of stuff on it, and you can scroll down to the Porsche dealership being crowded. Because here's something else. And this is why I want you guys to be corporate citizens. This is why I want you guys to start businesses. This is why I want you guys to start making some money. Regardless of what the economy does, there's always a select group of people who will have money. And you want to be one of those people. Regardless of what goes on, there will be a select group of people who will have money. And your goal should be to become one of those people. It doesn't matter what's happened, because this is what's going on. Right now, we have this supposed pandemic, and Joe Biden says he's not going to lock down the economy. People are traveling. Yes, I do it all the time. People are traveling. Airbnbs are experiencing full bookings across the country. Airbnbs. I know someone who has 20 Airbnbs, and they took it on the chin for about 6 weeks, but they've been booked since then. So people are starting to adapt to the COVID. And I think many people have made the determination, if they get it, they get it. Rolls Royce, like I said, Rolls Royce, all of these things are on sale, and the people with money are buying them, Jose. 3 generations of business owners and hustlers, what collapse? There ain't going to be no collapse. Look at me. Look what I pulled off this year. During the pandemic, during the period when people are losing their jobs, people are being laid off, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen. You're going to have a group of people who are going to experience the Great Reset. There's a group of people, And the reset works in both ways. There will be people who will be moving down, and there's going to be a select few that's going to move up. There's going to be people who are going to become millionaires out of this. There are people who are going to become billionaires out of this. Yes, the reset is going to hit the lower economic classes the hardest. So you're going to see some crazy stuff. Like, you're seeing it with NFL and college football games being rescheduled and all this other stuff. I'm not going to invest in weed. It's not my thing, but I do believe weed will be legalized. You want to know why? They're going to need that tax revenue. They're going to legalize weed. It's coming. It's coming. That's Texas in a nutshell. All of my CA business on the move here in the flourishing. Yeah, because see, you want to be a business owner. This is what you want to be. Pretty much, Jose, when I started this, what did I tell people? To take this time when you wasn't working, to start studying, to start reading books, to make yourself more valuable. I talked about that months ago. And you had a lot of people who were just giving big booty Betty, just giving it a D, watching TV, getting fat, fluid flows, you feeling like a crack fiend? That's funny. Like Omni and the Hellcat, he gained like 65 pounds. That bro gonna die. Albert Johnson, essentially, you got to focus on making money because the money is to be made. You can make money. There is not going to be a collapse. Understand this. If there was going to be a collapse, I wouldn't have made the money that I made this year. What does that tell you? There are people making money. There's going to be people who are going to ride this reset out just fine. They're going to be fine. And there's going to be, now here's the people who are in the danger zone. If you have low income, if you do not have any education, if you're not trying to build new skills, if you're doing a job that's going to be soon done by automation, you are in trouble. The reset is going to be all upside your head. The reset, and there will be a segment of society that will experience a collapse. The Fed ain't going to let the stock market collapse. It ain't going to happen. I want you to look at the stock market. The stock market is comprised of, I think, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones. There's another one. I think when you add them all up, we're only talking about the top 8,000 companies in the United States. Just the top 8,000. You know how many businesses are in the United States? Well, before COVID, there was like 30 million. So the stock market is comprised of the 8,000 biggest and best businesses with capital, with banking relationships. They're not, some of them which were in trouble before the pandemic, yeah, they may go out of business. They may be de-indexed, but yeah, I said it was coming. I didn't predict COVID, but I knew a recession was coming. A lot of people moving to Texas. No collapse for fighting over houses in Charlotte. If you're trying to get a house that's under 350,000, you could be in a dog fight right now. That's one of the things that's going on. Yes, the gap between the rich and everyone else is growing. That's my concern. Because let me go ahead and give you an example using my YouTube channels. I have 3 monetized YouTube channels, and I'm starting to post content. One, I just kind of I didn't do anything. But because I'm posting content to 3 YouTube channels, because if I just had this channel, I would be making $1,800 to $2,000 a month from AdSense. But since I have this channel, I have Savage Finance, and I have Disruptive Mail, which is about to be lit, I make $7,000 to $9,000 a month from 3 YouTube channels. And the one that's the newest makes the most money. Savage Finance. Savage Finance makes $4,000 to $5,000 or $6,000 out of that $7,000 to $9,000. And next year, Savage Finance is probably going to do, probably by the time Savage Finance is a year old, it's going to be doing $10,000 to $15,000 a month. In this channel, I'm reinvigorating it, so it's going to be doing. So I'm probably going to be getting $20,000 to $30,000 a month from AdSense next year. We want to be on the business side of all of this, not the low income employee only side. Amen. Amen. Can the church say amen? This is where you want to be. Money keeps circulating regardless is about positioning yourself accordingly. Pretty much. Like this is a calculation. This is an estimate. If the Democrats get the trifecta, expect the pain to be pushed off to 2022. A lot of this pain. Top companies will eat smaller companies like the Demolition Man, pretty much. Oh, Disruptive Mail is about to be lit. It's about to be lit. Money velocity is only possible with more debt. All companies, Apple is sitting on $200 billion in cash. They're going to be okay. Well, rich people do care about power. What do you mean, Juan? Bob Jones, you can start a service business that can be offline and you can get money. You can start an online business and get money. So it's either you need to be a business owner. You need to be in business because, there are some people who's like, I don't know everyone, man, you can go ahead and get a job. I ain't about that noise. I started off homeless. I started off as a person who didn't know all this stuff. So I learned this stuff. You can learn this stuff. Coastal Designer, thanks for the $5 super chat. D-Field, I started making $30K a month in my job. If you're leveling up my skills, the diff, I have to get your course before taxes eat everything. They hitting you for $120K a year on that $30K a month. They're hitting you for $120K a year. Justin Henry, I've been in real estate wholesaling in Dayton, Ohio, New Jersey, closing on 3 properties. The first close is Monday. Quick 600K, quick 6K. Congratulations, Justin Hendry. Congratulations. Amalda P, that is a different Divvy. There's Divvy, the credit card, and there's Divvy Homes. Two separately different companies. Fluid, I don't know. I'm going to ask some people. Oh, Raging Bull. Not surprised. I'm in my private jet and I want to make you a trader. Here's the difference with Raging Bull. Raging Bull wasn't making their money trading. They was making their money selling courses and subscriptions to people. That's where all the money was coming from. It wasn't coming from trading. That's funny. Cannabis stock is going to boom. We're going to have legal weed. Yeah, I know, D. Felder. They're hitting you, man. They're hitting you. We want our name on the front of the check, not the people that need to sign the back of the check. Amen, amen, amen. You should learn both. Because here's the thing. Like, if you become good at copywriting, you still need to have something to sell. DoorDash just, oh, man. I should buy some DoorDash stock because I've been using DoorDash like a mofo during this pandemic. You know what's funny? I was ordering DoorDash literally every day, and it was never the same DoorDasher. So there's a lot of people that they're doing this. With the other unemployment rate, some of these numbers are skewed with the bigger companies buying small startups. Pretty much. 1-2 Billy, is that their evaluation OnlyFans? Hey, I'm there. I'm here for it. Let me tell y'all what I'm getting ready to do. There are many stories that I could not tell on YouTube. Even before YouTube became super conservative, because on the old Disruptive Mail, I had thumbnails that were way more scandalous than what I was putting up on the new ones. And I would look at my video and see the thumbnails gone. They don't want a woman who's fully clothed with a big booty in the thumbnail. They gotten crazy. All right, I may have to check it out. Because as y'all know, I'm getting ready to start. I'm taking a Forex course. I am learning the fundamentals of Forex, because essentially I'm going to do demo trading. And I'm only going to open up my demo account with what I plan on trading with. So it'll be more realistic. If I want to get, you need to get in the corporate. All right, here's the thing, Johnny Martinez. I'm not going to explain holding company concepts to you for free. I'm not going to do that. You need to go ahead and get in the corporate toolbox. And then this Thursday, we're having an open forum where you can ask any question that you want. This is something that I do. On Tuesdays, we have the 7 p.m. webinar, which is structured. And on Thursdays, we have an open forum. So that's how you get the information. You need to sign up. Playa. Uber Eats acquired Postmates. Did not know that. All right, Roland Barthus. All right. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because essentially I can talk and I don't have to change my language. I don't have to tone it down. And Jeff, since you subscribed, I posted a receipt. I posted her picture because I got her picture in a story that she wrote about our first time. It's up there. It's in OnlyFans. Thank you. Determination's my name, faith, love, empathy. The man with the plan who foresees what's going on, yet folks still won't listen. I've been sitting on the sidelines past 2 years, and about for everything, I mean, everything you said is A1. Hey, this is information that I'm operating on. This is information that I'm using to run my business. The price is the price. Pay up, bro. Thank you, Daryl Gibson. Airbnb is going to have an IPO. Okay. What's up? Because essentially, there is not going to be a global collapse. You want to get the corporate toolbox. The strategic holding company is part of the corporate toolbox. So you get everything. You get, go to the corporate toolbox. It's on the first page of B School for Hustlers, and that gets you access to everything. And I have some other stuff that I'm going to do in 2021 that I'm going to add to the corporate toolbox. So we're going to be cooking with gas. Pretty much. So here's the thing. Like, let's see what Bitcoin is. What is Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin is dropping. It was 19.3, now it's 8.45. I predict that Bitcoin is not going to cross 20K before the end of the year. That's my prediction. I usually wait like 6 months after the iPod. Yeah, because essentially when it launches, it pumps. It just pumps and pumps and pumps. So that's good policy to wait until it calms down. Thank you, Rod, for real estate. All right, Johnny Martinez. Because essentially, one of the things that's happening, because like I have an agenda. I have an agenda of 50,000 corporate citizens in the next 5 years. And be damn this global reset. We going forward. We going forward. Because I built this YouTube channel in the recession. It became a millionaire in the recession. When did I start this channel? 2009, 2011, 2012. I became a millionaire. I started a business in the recession. Damn it. Damn it. Don't let nothing hold you back. Right now, not too far from me is Perimeter Mall. It's packed. People are buying stuff for Christmas. Thank you, Jane Smith. Be a biz owner, man. Be a business owner. Okay. Because essentially, here's the thing. If you are starting a business, you're growing. You're growing, okay? And what grows gets bigger. You got to start this because I know there are many people who here's my journey. I started with the best job I had at the time, which was Rent-A-Crate. They started me off at $38,500, most money I've ever made in that point in my life. Then I left there and I went to Panel Systems Unlimited and I started making $60,000. I got a $22,000 a year raise. Both that adjusted for inflation, that $38,000 was like starting at $60,000, which is a pretty good job even today. And the Panel Systems was starting at like $120,000. And then I went to Business Environments, and that's when I had my first 6-figure year in life. So I did not go from the boarding house to business owner. There was steps. There was levels to the game. I didn't just go ahead and go out and start a business. Because essentially, Fluid Flows, you can set up a game plan, you set up an agenda, a corporate agenda, you can make that happen. Because let me tell you what I'm getting ready to do. I just set up the bank account for Mac Daddy Assets today. And then I'm going to set up the bank account, not just now for Mac Daddy Trades, because Mac Daddy Trades, because like I got a demo trade for a minute. So I'm not going to start spending money buying crypto, I'm not going to start spending crazy money buying crypto, or I'm not going to fund my Forex account until I do some demo trading because I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue to what I'm doing. So I got a lot to learn. Richard Wilkerson, let me tell you something. When I was broke and disgusted, I spent $114 on Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field when I was making like $200 a week. That's all I got to say with that. I mean, people are spending. There's a group of people with money. There's a group of people who have assets. There's a group of people. Because essentially, during this reset, because there's not going to be any collapse. It's just not going to happen. The United States economy did not collapse during the Great Depression, where we had 25% unemployment. We had people in bread lines and food lines, and the economy still did not collapse. Because even though we had 24% unemployment. 1 out of every 4 Americans was unemployed. We had 75% employment. I mean, we had 75% of the country during the Great Depression was employed. It was employed. So right now is a great time to start your business. Bob Jones, you cracking me up. You were cracking me up. But there's not going to be no global collapse. There will be a great reset where people will be shifting. And there's a lot of people who are economically disadvantaged. They're going to go down. They're going to keep going down. Right now, we have more adult children living with their parents than at any point in history except the Great Depression. There are so many adults who have moved back in with Big Mama and Uncle Charlie and Grandpa. They have moved back in. And right now you have many households with the grandparents, the parents, and the children. 3 generations living under one roof. This is going on right now. And what you're going to see during the Great Reset is a lot of people who are homeowners are no longer going to be homeowners. Because once again, it really depends on if the Democrats can pull out this win in Georgia. It's a little iffy. I don't really know if they will be able to do it. But if they do, then first thing they're going to do is extend the forbearance. I guarantee you that's the first thing. And all this is going to do is kick the can down the road. So imagine you've been in your house for 2 years. You haven't been paying your mortgage. You're going to come up with $20, $30, $40, $50,000 real quick? Nope. Ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So one of the things that you have to understand and acknowledge and know what is going on is this is the game that's being played. And this is something I learned when I was homeless and when I was poor. You need to have some money. You need to have some money. You need to get some money because this is one of the things. I got a video that's going to come up on Savage Finance probably one day, probably Friday, talking about the live passive income. Let me go ahead and give you all the game. Right now, there are many YouTubers who will pick a saucy topic and they'll make a video to get clicks. These videos are not designed to help anyone. They're not going to these videos are just straight up lies. Like I see a video talking about how to get passive income. All right. When you think of passive income, what's in your mind? How can you get enough money so you can live? You're not thinking of buying some dividend stock and making $60 a year passive. That's not what you want to do. And I went in on the people who said YouTube was passive income. YouTube is not passive income. There ain't nothing passive about YouTube unless you get really lucky and hit the algorithm. There's a guy. Let me check him out. Let me check this out real quick. Because this guy killed himself. Talking kitty cat.
Sylvester? Yeah.
All right. So let me go to Social Blade and see what has happened to this channel. Because this guy, he had these cats where he would do a voiceover, right? And he killed himself. He committed suicide earlier this year. And let's see what's happening with his talking kitty. This guy's been dead for about 7 So he has gotten no subscribers in the last 30 days, but he did get 6.6 million views. So probably $25,000-$30,000 is going to his estate, but his channel is starting to die. It's dipping. It's taking the dip. He's not getting any more subscribers, and the channel was getting 22 million views. Then it got 17, and it's slowly deteriorating. The orbit of that channel is slowly deteriorating. So this whole stuff that YouTube is passive income is a complete and utter lie. The rarest diamond. I have 3 businesses in 2 different malls. Funds are down this year, waiting it out till business picks up. Meanwhile, I'm looking for passive income. That's funny. Yeah, automation is no joke. Automation is no joke. This reminds me of movie Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes, when most people work for 2 companies, Pepsi and Taco Bell. That's funny. Grandma said, heck no, I got to sugar baby tonight. The drop shipping videos. Now, there's some YouTube videos that right now are talking about we will build your business for you. And let me go ahead and give you the game on that. So you have someone that's going to build a business for you, and then they're going to try to teach you how to run the business, and then they're going to hand it off to you. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. This is why. This guy who killed himself, his channel, which was getting 30 million views a month, now it's getting 6 million. And next month it's going to get less views and less views. And over the course of a year, it's going to slowly die. I don't know. Will automation replace strippers? I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. Don't know about that. Don't know about that just yet. But don't know about that. I mean, it's funny, but what I'm going to do, since I'm in a good mood, is open up the forum to business questions. So anyone's got a good, juicy business question, go ahead and put it in the comments and I will answer it. Grandma said, heck no, I got to sugar baby tonight. Do you start with passion or profits? Neither. I start with information. Just got a visual of Boston Dynamics robot on the pole. That's funny. The sex dolls are creepy, man. That's just creepy. That's just way creepy. That you're going to be hamana on a piece of plastic. That's just creepy. That's just creepy. You know? 3 Kings, the misinformation is real. It's getting difficult to tell who's giving real business advice and who's a fake marketer trying to sell a course. Eventually, it will be a course to buy a course. Could be. I don't know what the yawn is. Whole butts. Let's see. Yawn. The yuan is 15 cents to the United States dollar. So the yuan ain't really hitting on much right now. Bunny Hop Hobbies. Is it easier to start social media from scratch than start with social media following? That's not you. Neither. Social media, the golden age of social media was 3 years ago. It ain't working like that. Social media, essentially, I started to grow my Instagram account because the other day I only had 140 people and now I've got like 400. Let's see. What is my Instagram? because I've actually started paying attention to it. So I've got 426 followers. I got like about 300 followers in like the last 2 or 3 days because I'm starting to post more stuff on there. And there's a way that you have to do it. But social media, how do you start Forex? First, you take a Forex course. Bob Jones, a lot of people shacking up, man. A lot of people are shacking up. Erica P., if I started a blog, should I create an LLC? I'm already having a separate email for it and purchase the domain. I would say yes, because if you treat it like a business, it's going to perform like a business. So yes. Robots versus strippers. I seriously doubt it, because they would not be able to print money if they did that. FTC suing Facebook, not surprised. ISER, set up your holding company where you live, because you're going to need an anchor bank. I don't really think about dropping shipping. Whole butts. I mean, hey. JB Well, thanks for the $10 super chat. Want to get into the rental market in the military town near Seattle. Housing is Sky House. Do I do single family or multifamily? JB Well, what you want to do is go 30 minutes outside of that place, because the property prices are going to be cheaper. And if you can do multifamily, do multifamily. If you can find it, because if you ever notice, duplexes and triplexes are not everywhere. They're not easy to find. They're not everywhere. There are no duplexes and triplexes in my neighborhood. And typically when you find them, they're all clustered together. I have no clue. If social media is dying, it was replaced at conversations. Maybe virtual reality might replace the stripper. You know what I'm going to tell you? How many of y'all remember the holodeck from Star Trek, where they would go to the holodeck and they can act out these scenes and they could have sex with the holodeck projections? Now that'll work. I have absolutely zero. Well, I do have some Bitcoin cash, but once again, I got a lot of research to do. Mr. Beast would probably live forever. That's funny. YouTube is not, for most people, passive income. Like going back to the Talking Kitty channel, the guy killed himself and the channel is still making $20,000, $30,000 a month. But what's happening is it has a deteriorating orbit. Each month it gets less and less views. And I guarantee you at some point it's not going to get any views, because this is how the YouTube algorithm works. If you're not consistently putting up new content, your channel is going to die eventually. The holodeck, virtual nookie, there it is. That's funny. That is funny. But, essentially, there's just not going to be a there's just not going to be a collapse. It's going to be seismic shocks in sectors, because I'm really looking at the real estate market and what's going to happen once all of these people who are in forbearance have to pay their bills. Firming beyond belief. What is more difficult, the sales of the YouTube business or the marketing? I'm going to say the marketing, and I'm going to say the marketing because you have to consistently do it. I'm just used to it, but in the beginning, it was rough. It was rough. Nope, get a car division. I didn't have to do any of that. See, here's the thing. Anyone can start a corporation. Anybody. I don't have to get a Series 7. Now, I will have to register that that trading company with the SEC. That's about it. Did Spock consider that very illogical? That's funny. What business sectors do you see dying in 2021? I really haven't thought about it because I've been on this growth kick. So I really haven't thought about it. I have to think about that. Max Ace, was your first business something you were good at or loved to do? Nope. My first business was something that I was good at it. I was a good office furniture salesperson, and my first business was selling used office furniture. So I was good at it, but it was already something I was doing. All right. Here's the whole deal with drop shipping. You got to run ads or buy YouTube influencers or Instagram influencers. You need some money to get into drop shipping. If you broke, drop shipping ain't the way to go. I have not heard of that, Steve Jameson. I know nothing about it. J.C. Penney's dead. Let me see. Is J.C. Penney? Because Sears is dead. J.C. Penney still has a website. J.C. Penney's still alive, well, and kicking. J.C. Penney's is still alive, man. J.C. Penney's still doing the damn thing. So, all right. That's all I got for you guys tonight. I will see y'all in the next one. Just understand there is not going to be a collapse. There will be a global reset, but there will not be a collapse. And there will be plenty and plenty of opportunities for people who want to make money to make money. So with that, I will see you guys later. For those of you who want to get in the corporate toolbox, we have holiday pricing. If you buy the one and done, you get a year of business coaching. And I will tune you up from the rooter to the tutor. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.